We are going over a Ke Jie game. Good old Ke Jie. But why? Why are we going over a Ke Jie game? He just bleep bloops nowadays. You all know I don't like the kid. I just don't. When at all possible, I go over someone else. Because I don't find Mr. Ke Jie's games interesting. But today I do. Today I do. Today I do. And I have reasons for that. Check this out. So, Ke Jie opens with the delicious 4-4 point. Cool. Opponent invites anything and everything, so we know he is a professional as well. Once again, 3-4. Another 4-4 from white. So at this point, usually when I'm looking at a Ke Jie game, now I'll be like, alright, great. This is where he hits the 3-3, right? But he didn't. He didn't. He didn't bleep bloop. Maybe I have been too hard on Ke Jie. Maybe. It's possible. I'm willing to admit I might be wrong about him. Maybe, like everyone else, he's just experimenting in all of his games up until now. But he hasn't abandoned that amazing solid style that made me first fall in love with him. It's possible. And watching him in close, and not do the 2-space enclose, just a regular old, you know, run-of-the-mill, normal, orthodox enclosure. Not the 2-space, not the 3-3 invasion, not the approach into a 3-3 invasion. Maybe I've been too hard on him. Almost nostalgic. Oh, it's going to feel nostalgic in a minute. White approach is outside, not inside, because who cares? Who cares about that? Frack that noise. And he backs off high. He didn't even kick. Oh man, didn't even kick. Now it's like I don't know who I'm watching anymore. The amount of games that I've seen, both professionals playing online and in actual games where they kick this for the territory. Wow, man. Kick this for the territory, watch him back off, hit the 3-3, take more territory. But that's not what he's doing. Now white decides to hit him for some influence. Black responds to just build, not just take territory. Gotta defend, gotta defend. Sure it's not a mistake in the game recording? Yeah, the mistake was they got the name wrong of the player, huh? But alright. We've got small attack occurring. White's just trying to fight. Yeah, it's the other 9-dan professional, not Mr. Ke Jie, but good old GK. Now, this is an interesting situation to get into because a lot of players would not play here, but play here. And the trouble with that is you've just given a free move to your opponent before you fix yourself there anyway. So that's kind of sad face. Don't want to make that mistake. 'Cause that extra move is actually pretty strong for your opponent to get in. So he plays here instead. White might never get the diagonal. Don't know. We haven't given it to him. White backs off because if we take the diagonal now, well, that would be sad. There we go. Then this is pretty much just the fastest game ever to end in the history of ever. Right? We're just gonna surround him and kill him. No problems there. So back off. Following, because the double Hane here will kill. Because this is, you might say, but it doesn't, the proverb about Hane does not apply here, right? because this is 4 stones. So double-headed 2 and 3 stones doesn't make sense. So why does he extend here? Why does he care? It's because that little proverb is a little bit misleading. It's not really a proverb about stones so much as liberties. And here, because this stone doesn't have any liberties, this is pretty much the same thing. That's all. Pretty much the same thing. Hane. Respond. Respond. 5th line territory. And black's just like, yup. Have the 5th line. I don't even care. Points? You think I'm fighting over points? Are you stupid? I'm going after influence, bro. That is an amazing thing right now to see out of this kid. He's been all about the territory. All about those little fights. He has been going after influence. He's been trying to surround things. He's been playing for middle. Who is this black player? White has to back off. Because if he keeps this up, then we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stone wall crashing down on these 2 stones, grabbing an enclosure from our extension. Painful, man. Painful. So white says, no joy. I'm backing. And thus we see amazing things begin to occur. Do we attack this immediately? No. We can just chill. We can just Hane. We're fine. We have a huge wall here, right? So why does black have to attack? He doesn't. Attack, no reason to. We can just surround things. So white says, that's okay, that's okay, that's okay. I'm on the 4th line now. That's still good. Black allows him to take it. He doesn't even care. Oops, sorry. Doesn't even care. This, however, I was actually surprised about. Until I realized, well, if you don't, you're just going to get pushed back, right? You could say, you know, this is mine, or whatever. But then the end game against that is harsh. So it looks like not extending here might have been a mistake until you realize, well, if that stone gets taken, then it's just sorrow and sadness.mp3. So, okay. Okay. Connect instead. Coolio. Black gets to surround. Defending. But white's already alive, so black looks at this and says, you know what? I think I've got enough here. I do. I really do. I think I've got enough. I think we're good. I think we're good here. Time to take Sente. And not Sente into a 3-3 point, mind you. But to put pressure on these little 3 stones that don't have a base just yet. White says, I kill you. Black says, you what? White says, I kill you? And to be fair, this probably kills me. Because black's next move, I don't get it. Would never play it in a game. Who gets it right? I don't even know if there's multiple answers here. I just know I don't get this one. Anyone know? Morganal says T18. Morganal is correct. Now, the idea there is actually quite simple. If we put one more stone in there, it's obviously not a dead shape anymore. We do the Hane Thuff, it's still not a dead shape anymore. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So white plays bonk. Black says no. And all of that is very, very nice. Morganell cheated then. True. It's okay. We still love Morganell. So, alright, white's alive, or black's alive, sorry. So time to leave. Time to leave. We get pokey pokes, because this is the most standard shape in the history of ever to poke, right? Like, everyone's poked this before. I don't care what rank you are, you've thrown in a stone there. And all we're really looking for here is, are we going to answer this way? And if so, then we've got this kind of stuff left behind. Are we going to play here? If so, we've got this stuff left behind. And also, by the way, we're kind of dying right now. Awkward. So white plays here. Black says, I'm just going to come in then. Nice and standard. Connecting up. Now we're floating. We're all floating down here, Georgie. Poke. Don't misclick. There we go. All of that to get one eye. Oof. All of that for one eye. Already, this game feels like a big oops for white. Right? We've got groups under attack. We've got groups being surrounded. And it's just from solid play. Oh my god. It's just from solid play. Ah, this is why we used to look at Ke Jie's games, isn't it? Is this boy returning to his roots? Oh, I hope so. Moves to surround. We can poke at this, continue surrounding, kill it. Who knows? Who knows? Gotta keep not dying. Gotta keep not dying. Backs off. White says, I'm alive enough. You probably can't kill me. I play away. To be fair, he's gotta do it though, right? I mean, black's picking up points fast. If you make, like, let's say this, some kind of shapely move, and black just keeps getting further and further ahead, it's gonna be a tough game, my friend. It's alright, plays here. But you know what black notices? He notices that this move here, it's not giving white any eyes. So we ask a simple question. Where are your eyes? Because I do not see them. Back to running for us. And black's just surrounding. Don't mind me, just surrounding. Okay, looks like we might be alive. We have to turn here to make this dead. And it gets kind of sketchy. There's like Hane there. There's shapely points here. There's turns here. And a whole bunch of stuff, really. So black says, you know what? Maybe this can die still. Maybe it can't. But we can't predict who's getting sent out of this fight. So before we even start thinking about poking at this, we're going to profit from our influence first. Oh, such good lessons are being taught here. Such as, here's a lesson. You cannot listen to your wireless earbuds when they no longer have a charge. That's one lesson. But yeah, good lesson being learned here is quite simple. Profit before you continue trying to murder people. Good lesson. Love it. So we play here into here. Gotta like, gotta like, gotta like. Going ahead and slipping up here. Now we're profiting. Attachments onto strong things are a good way to get stronger on the other side of that strong thing for free. Well, this is a strong enclosure. We attach to it. It's going to make it stronger, but we might get some strength out of it too, right? So attachments are pretty standard for that reason. Now, white has to do something about this. The influence goes all the way across the board. It's very, very holy influence. Very holy. You must respect that which is this holy. But he starts poking. Poke number 1. I'm going to poke your wall. Are you really strong here? Black says, yeah, I am. I'm just going to keep building this up. What do you do now? White says, I'm going to poke here now. Are you really, really strong in the area? But you know what? These pokes are tiny. These pokes are tiny. Black doesn't care about this. He cares about profit. Next profit, here we go. If White wants to keep throwing stones in here to reduce the influence, it's not even territory yet. That's fine. What's White have for points right now? Look at you with your corner. And just living. It's not very threatening, right? Plays. This is okay. I mean, he's surrounding the corner, so now he's hurting the base. This is fine. This is fine. We played this before Bleep Bloopies came around, so you know this isn't a problem. We're making it hard for him. Continuing the attack. Likewise. Putting pressure, getting shape. Gotta be careful about this cut because it's to go back and defend this way. So, takes it for himself. Black still doesn't care. Sure, go ahead. Cut those off. It's only 4 stones. You take my 4 stones. I take your 4 stones. Everyone happy. Everyone lose. 4 stones. No big deal. You can see him here, kind of daring him to cut. Wouldn't be a good idea, though. Cut, push, Atari. So, has to play here instead. Getting more forcing moves. Like so. This... pretty nice move. If we take, we Atari again, and then the top kind of dies. So that is very nicely seen. White has to take. Black gets to take. And then we just keep this separated. Again, I want to go through that again because some people might not see it. Essentially, with this Atari, it's really awkward. Right? We either go to Ko or we connect. If we connect, we're dead. All dead stones. I still have a hard time understanding how black and B16. B16, 16, 16. Oh, right. Well, it is very little territory. That is very true. That is very true. It is a very little territory. That said, in this case specifically, you can see a very, very small base for white that's facing a fairly strong black area, right? So sweeping it that way is very, very nice indeed. Very, very nice indeed. Everyone loves. Everyone loves. We're essentially pushing his base and his influence facing what is strong for black. See where that's going to go. All right, so we played here. White's got to come out. Otherwise, white's going to die because white is undercut. Here, in a variation like this, you can really see the strength of that, right? Don't let the attachment get played. Cool. So it's more about surrounding, in this case, and squeezing white. Yeah, you see how he's having trouble living? How he has no points there anymore, and now he's just trying not to die. It's because of that. It's because of that. If we just go into the corner, let's say we go in the corner and play this way, then we take away his points from him, right? So that checks the first box. He's not making many points there. We are. But he's much stronger now, right? So we don't really want to do that one. He got really great shape out of that result. So instead of, we don't want to do this one either, because this is a pretty easy to handle shape. So we do this one instead, and then figure out what he wants to do from here. I'm a little surprised he didn't Hane in return just to settle. But that's okay. There we go, back to here. And now he's got to come out, which allows black to go back and defend, which forces white to defend. And now I have a nice solid connection. Nice solid connection because we are attacking the left-hand group. You can picture a pincer here on this point and suddenly see all of white's hopes and dreams suddenly come crashing down around him. But here's a slight problem now. We're losing territory, right? We can't just run. We need points too. So white picks up some points. Now he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 easily. So the corner points, the 15 or so corner points, just went over to here instead. But that means we have a weak group to attack. I have to say, Black is doing very well. This is such a basic game. White didn't defend himself, so now we're going to pincer the group. 9-dan versus 9-dan game. I want to reiterate, this isn't like Mr. Ke Jie versus like some low-dan professional or some amateur, right? This is a person whose name I'm not going to butcher by pronouncing. Someone with a 62.4% win ratio, so he's no chump. We do sometimes see 9-dans with like 40% win ratios because they've been playing for a long time and they've kind of like slipped off a little bit. But no, he's still going strong. Before this, he was on a 1, 2, 3 game winning streak, only losing to a fairly strong player. Then before that, he had another winning streak. So he's not a weak opponent by any stretch of the imagination. Don't just assume this is like one of those old-timey 9-dans from far away long ago that's not doing so well nowadays, and that's why Mr. Ke Jie can like rip him sideways. It's not what's going on here. Not what's going on here at all. So don't make that mistake. Alright, so we have the cap. White says, time to run away. And black says, mate, where are you going? White says, I want to live. Now, again, I would be like, okay, if I play here, I can like capture those 2 stones or something, right? And then do something there because he'll probably have to play this move or maybe that one and then... Oops. Nope. Doesn't even care. Next big point. Not even trying to kill. This is a basic series. This is completely a basic series. It's like, all right, we attacked him. Now we're profiting again. We have Sente. We're gonna profit. Can we kill this? Maybe, but we're gonna profit first before we go back and do that. Ke Jie, my man. I called you brainwashed. I said your games just weren't fun to look at anymore. I'm sorry. My bad. My bad. This game's amazing. Now, white can't defend this, otherwise he loses. It's that harsh right now. If we just, like, keep defending this crap, and black keeps picking up points, while he still has, like, corner stuff and ways to build into the middle, we're game over. Game over. Easy. So white says, you know what? I need to change this. I ain't going out like this. I'm going to counterattack. It's time to counterattack. Grabbing a base, easiest response ever. White says, okay, I'm going to lean on this to doesn't even care. It's like, all right, connect. You can connect with a move. I ain't jelly. Go for it. Leans in. Gets the cutty times. Gets the cutty times. All right. Now we're going somewhere. Gotta be careful. This one's huge. We can push, cut, and then ladder. Okay, you're back. What did you miss? Amazing game. We're going over a Mr. Ke Jie game now. White clampy clampies. Black's like, well, I'm still out because if he lets me cut him, this stone's dead or the two stones are going to die. So that means I have Sente. So he just goes and takes it. Recent, very recent. Very recent. Me and Mr. Ke Jie have been going through some hard times, but I think he wants. I think we're trying to get back together again. Clearly, this game is amazing. So all right, leaning, no territory here anymore. Making some shapies. And now he's going in. Still poking and developing the middle. Like, picture this stone for black right now. Suddenly, all of that becomes blacks. Oh, this game is so good. White has to poke in. Black's like, okay, I'm just gonna take my territory down here. This is pretty sizable considering this isn't worth points anymore. I mean, this is okay, but meh. Now what? Cutting off to attack. I like the counters. White says, are you truly alive here? And black asks, white asks, are you truly alive here? Getting some shapies. Fixing the shapies. No weird cutting points. Just maximum shape protection. Dividing these two groups. Oh, there's so much to learn here. It's so good. So patient. I love it. I absolutely love it. All of you people who are like, you know, I don't protect my shape because, you know, my opponent never does anything about it anyway. Look at all of this protection. That's not protection, but that's cool anyway. Look at all of these gentle shape moves that he is making. These little extra points are paying for themselves over and over again. White has to bail because his top's almost dead. Now there we go, attacking for profit again. Don't die in the corner. Getting my eyes. Poking in again. Pokey pokes. Pokey pokes. Are you really alive here? Asks black. Whoops. Sorry, wrong move. I friggin' hope so, says white. Pokey pokes. Nice surround. Connecting up his groups. No problem. Trying to take out his shape. Just backs off completely A-okay. Forcing him to have to go back and live before we Atari here and wreck all of this. So, taking large moves, making sure your shape is fine, has resulted in the following. This group has had to make no points and connect up with this. This group has been making, I'm going to go ahead and call it no points. It's like 3 or 4 or something. And just live in Gote. He had to abandon any attempt to reduce influence. White did. To just make sure he still has profit. And all Black's doing is doing just good shape play. Nothing overly complex. Except for T18. T18 you really need to be able to find. T18 is one of those. This game is simple, but don't get me wrong, dude. I still have life and death up my sleeve. Don't let the simple play fool you. Underestimate me and I'll wreck you. Sorry, you probably hear banging from upstairs. Can't wait to move out of here. Nicely forcing, otherwise this is Ko. Pokey pokies. Pokey pokies. Cutting it off nice and solid. Pokey pokies. No more new eyes have gotten, so we have to play here. No choice. Now we're asking, can I cut this off? You can't really. You can play here because of this. But if you play here, there's that one. That's the real problem, right? If you play here, there's this, which is starting a cut. Or in this case, there's this, which is also being threatening. Nice shape point. White's like, no, you cannot have this area. I'm going to kill you. Black says, you're going to do what? White says, kill you. Black says, you're what? Look, I'm in your area, killing you. We defend. Not crazy. To be fair, to keep the game even close, White has to do this stuff. White has to do this. He can't just annex these points to his opponent, because his only territory this entire game has already been decided and counted. We know the score of White's territory. Right? We know how many points he's got. If he's lucky, he'll take some in the bottom right-hand corner, too. So he has to do this. So, all right, here we go. Can you live? He says yes. He says I can live. But remember, this journey is fraught with peril. Because at any point that this manages to connect solidly, we've got a little bit of an issue with that cutting point, just waiting to be grabbed to take the entire middle of the board. So, okay. Excellent move. Ah! There we go. Looks like he's connecting. Asking if that's really true. Backing off. Look how he's not creating cutting points. Life and death. Time Suji. Now he says I'm alive. Black says, really? Are you sure you're alive there, sir? And the answer to that is no, not alive. The reason being, if he dares to try to connect, he can't hold all of these points. right? There's just nowhere to go. The whole thing is getting croaked because of black's amazing connections. His shape is totally paying for itself. So have to give up these stones. They're dead. This whole pushing and cutting thing didn't work. We can play here and take a little bit more off the top. Make sure there's no double Atari. Going into the corner. Whoops. Like so. Making sure we're connecting. Making sure we're connecting. Got poked through, but there's no problem there. No problems there. Careful. The thread is here, not here, remember. So we connect. Hane. Returns Hane. Atari. Connects. Wait, sorry, I lied. What? Oh, I wouldn't have done that first. That would have been one of those county things I never do. Wait, is that really worth that? 2, 4, 6, 8 points. You can get 2, 4 by capturing the 2. Oh, I see. So if you played here... There's a lot of bad odds there, ain't there? This is gonna all die, wouldn't it? Well, that would be a damn... You know what? That I changed my mind. That is worth not protecting those stones over. Yeah, let's not do that one. I didn't catch that when I looked at the game the first time. Yeah, let's not connect that. That'd be bad. That'd be bad. That's a terrible way to end a brilliant game. I would just start crying tears of blood if that happened. So he takes the stones. Atari. Connect. No points to be had here. Taking them stones. Blood for the blood god, indeed. Always give your offerings, people. Make sure there's no points here. No pushing in there. No crazy life and death shenanigans here. Connects on up. Make sure there's no Atari and cutting through here. And connect, and connect. And connect. And alive. And resign, because he's behind. Such a good game. White did get a couple more points. I was wrong about that. A few more points were obtained. A few more points were obtained for White. But the guesstimator, in case anyone's wondering, is an idiot. Guesstimator, why are you so stupid? There, guesstimator says black is ahead by... Okay, it's wrong. It says only black's ahead by 2 points, but it's giving wrong territories to white. Yeah, it's more than 2 points. So yeah, had to resign. It's a close game. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's not a close game, but you can't tell me white wasn't on the defensive the entire time. So painful. And he didn't do that with any of the crazy bleep bloopy stuff that I really friggin' hate. He did it almost with one of the first style of games that I really got into Ke Jie's play. Because he's had a really, really solid style that made people kind of look like they didn't really understand the same rules of the game that he did. Like, it was that good. And this game was very... yeah, this game kind of reminded me of that. Because he just kept surrounding his opponents. Where do you start defending? Here. From about here, at move 27, he starts having to defend everything. He had to defend this. He had to defend that. He went off for something in the corner that doesn't work. Having to defend himself here. Like, all through the game, he suddenly has to start defending. Has to start defending himself in the corner because Black's just throwing his influence around. Like, hey, where's your points, buddy? Where's your life? We tried to get a couple of counterattacks, but his counterattacks were in Gote, right? Like, his greatest counterattack was here, killing off these stones in the center of the board. But then Black just turned around and went whole board attack on him again. He just kept pushing him back over and over and over again. It was, so good. Ke Jie, absolutely love you, dude. Keep playing like this. Keep playing like this. Love these games. Love these games. Not so much a fan of the other one, but these simple ones, yeah, I'll love these ones forever. And I think you fine folks will love this one forever too. So I hope you enjoyed this game. Despite all of the amateur versus professional games, absolutely had to. So it was a bad result from the first corner of this game. Well, okay, so here's the thing. Black's decision on that corner was very unorthodox. He's the one that decided to just start building walls and just surrounding things, right? White tried to keep himself from being severely attacked, but that just turned around and let him be completely surrounded over and over and over again. To be fair, I think one of the reasons why he was able to be severely attacked is because he was stronger. He's a stronger player, White is. Like an amateur, for example, would probably not play here and just keep pushing, right? And then just let this turn into a fate worse than death, as you just get like nickel and dimed out of like all of your territory here, especially in endgame. And then you'll be like, why did I do this? This is only worth like 4 bloody points. Maybe 6. 8, something like that. Meanwhile, the top is worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Plus an attack and middle. I mean, this would be pretty harsh too. But it looks even harsher this way because he's completely surrounded. When technically he's actually getting more territory out of this result. So that's the thing. Anywho, I love the game. I will look at these games all the time. Yeah, I wonder what his next game is going to be. Will it be going back to his roots and playing a game like this, or will it be like, it's time to bleep bloop? And I'll forgive him as long as he throws me a bone from time to time, plays like this occasionally. I'll accept him for who he is. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. Madi2, thank you for the sub. Tier 1, sorry. I missed that one. As well as 18-month resubs from Shibio. 7 from the Tier 2 7-month subs, sorry. From Slooperoth. Helios 1979. Owing. With the 1-year celebration. Yuffington getting close to the 2-year resub. And of course, everyone who followed, hosted, all that good stuff. I will see you guys on Saturday. As per usual. Till then, take care, everybody.